It's a beautiful Monday. Sengiyomsombuluko langa lapho khona sikhulumisa khona tindzaba temidlalo. Njalo kusuka kuyimpela somvo siyakhatha ukuthi lokuningi sitakhulumisa ngilobe kwenteka kuyo impela somvo lesisuke kuyo kanike naletinye nje tindzaba leti tisithintse. Of course igama lami ngiphathiswe Msibi. Ndabe nginawe for the next hour lapho khona esitabe sicingitha leto tindzaba sibuka nje ukuthi ngabe vele kuto temidlalo kuhambe kanjani kule mpela somvo. Ikakhulu kuyo ibhola. Sitaqala sithintse ke tindzaba tayo imbabana Highlanders lese kungazuthi ithanza kuhlala kuyo emlonyeni nabo bonke abantu njengaloku kuyenteka lokuningi ibeke odlala CAF bese lokukhulunywa ngayo tindzaba tekusena abadlali indzaba tabo coach so lokukhulunywa ngayo ukuthi bo coach bakhona bekho now there are issues around players which just gonna try ukuthi sithole lapha director wayo imbabana Highlanders to clarify some of the issues leti phethelene nayo imbabana Highlanders. We do have him ku Zoom lesamthola ngaye ke we still just trying to configure some few technicalities lapha nalapha before we go in and talk to him sive ukuthi ngabe khona kuhamba kanjani kulelo hlangothi kepha ke letinye tindzaba lesithathe ikhulumisa ngito letho tema tayo iPremier League lebebite umhlangano over the past weekend lapho khona beba just talking ukuthi kutawuhamba njani kule season lebheke ukuthi iqale kule weekend le lesitaya kuyo ngeweekend nje Saturday Sunday isikhathile ukuthi imidlalo iqale kepha ke sitaphenze sithinthe lapha endasi ekahoho besile emhlatane lapho khona bekukhulunywa khona tindzaba tayo ihoho regional league lapho khona ku AGM bekumele kube nema elections kepha kagcina kendeke ama elections sitawuva ke ukuthi ngabe vele kahle kwenteke njalo kwemacembu bekaphuma ngetinkani njalo kubona ethombeni ukuthi bekugcwele sase siyabuka ke indzaba yawo ema under 23 ethu se Botswana ezisikhuluma nawe njalo kusasa atabadlala umlende wesibili wayo ema AFCON qualifiers under 23 elokumele usawudlalela eMorocco kepha ke kusesema qualifiers lapho khona Eswatini ku first leg ledlala ngalesihlanu khonile ukuthi inqobe against yona iBotswana ngamagoli amabili ecanzeni so kumele kusinyele bisele tinyawo khona eBotswana la itawumele ukuthi mayifika khona kumele ukuthi mani bambelele ukuthi bangabe outscored or rather bakhona ukuthi babe ne positive results ukuthi baqhubeke ene draw yabavuma but ene positive results kahle vele litawabona ukuthi baqhubekele embili lapho bayodlala khona nayo eGibhithe angeke kanze kakhulu njalo ku ntabe ngihleli naye Linda Master Dlamini lengihlale nginaye la ehlelweni lokungelo bese uta with that expect analyst Master, welcome to the show.
Yeah, well, participants ngitithola ukulumvusela wona ama-loyal viewers it's a Monday evening.
Yeah.
Siyathi ukuthi siqhamuka weekend controversial weekend.
Yeah. For us Master njalo kusibuya kuyo nje weekend. Kithi akusiphi Monday.
No, akusiphi Monday kithi because weekend siyasebenta Monday siyasebenta
Monday is for the fun.
Kakhulu because sitolethela ababukeli nako labakuzingako.
Njalo ngishito Master ukuthi we just gonna try ukuthi sithole yena director wayo imbabane Highlanders Alekomonko lesinaye elineni just sorting it still trying to sort out some technicalities kepha ke unayo njalo sisamthola ngazo ngihle ngimbona mangithi ngibuka lapha emshinini nami ngihle ngimbona avela ahlangibalekela as soon as aba stable akhona ukuthi abe stable enough sitawube sesiya crossover lapho sesikhulumisana naye just to give clarity on the issues around the team because we know ukuthi simemetela ukuthi coach uhambile Sly useningizimu Africa samemetela ukuthi some few weeks ago ba-unveil abadlali i-royal party yaphuma yamangala ukuthi hawu ba-unveil umdlali wethu kanjani so kuba naleko le ngiko lesifuna i-clarity kuyo Master it comes with being a big team ukuthi if you are a big team you'll always be talked about. I think but sometimes Master the question lebe say yafika ukuthi of course we are a big team kutawuhlale kukhulunywa ngayo but is it necessary though ukuthi kube nalawo ma talks every now and again about your team in more in particular because of the stories that keep coming up?
Phathezo as a big team ngicabanga ukuthi lokumele kube kunenge ngilokumele ukuthi kukhulunywa ngawo ma positives rather than ama negatives. We know ukuthi ama big teams are a big following in the country. Talk of the big three Mbabana Highlanders, Mabona Solos, Mazin Wonders bonke ngicabanga ukuthi sithinga the positives lista ukukhuluma ngawo.
Yeah, sitawuzama ku crossover kuye yena Mr. Komongo manje phinze ngibalekela mangithi ngifuna kumthatha uvele anyamalale Master kepha ke issues lesicala ngesikhulumeni indzaba ya coach last week ukuthi uhambile this week phinze sokunethi indzaba tamanyovu ukuthi apparently iSegrada refused to release him to release TMS good to Mbabana Highlanders because bane agreement nele parties once bam release ubela kubo. Tell us about that ukuthi how did we even get here?
Phathezo siyakhumbula ukuthi Manyovu nakasuka ayakhona ku Sagrada wasuka ku Royal Party angumdlalo wakhe but kunetindzaba letithi ngale emsebentini wakhe une leave ya 2 years lokusho ukuthi kule leave kude umsebenzi latawenda ku emsebentini ngaphandle kwebhola wahamba kwaya ku Sagrada kwase nakufika coach lomusha wafike wangafiki wathanza the style of play sakhe lokumfose ukuthi abese soyabuya ekhaya uthi nakabuya ke ekhaya kuvele about 3 weeks ago bekuneti inkulumo athi uya retire or uya kulenye ma teams khona la ekhaya noma ubuyela ku Royal Party but kuthi last week nakudlala igame ye Royal AM nayo imbabane Highlanders enkundleni lesiveka somhlolo wa unveilwa yena Bonkosi Manyovu Dlamini ezambabane Highlanders player unveilwa director wembabane Highlanders ka Somhlolo in front of together with Musa Dlamini in front of fans embabane Highlanders kuthi nakuqala le weekend neliviki liqala namuhla kwase kuvela tindzaba ukuthi iSagrada ayifuni ku release yona clearance yakhe kuManyovu ukuthi ete kumbabane Highlanders because bane agreement ne Royal Party but I want to believe ukuthi emini there were talks between the two clubs mbabane Highlanders Royal Party earlier nje emini bakhulumile lengicabanga ukuthi it's positives for both sides Royal Party mbabana Highlanders naye Manyovu because as a player awudzingi icontroversy ku transfer yakho so ngicabanga ukuthi udzinga ukuthi wati likusasa lakho wati ukuthi udlala because ileague yaqala ngeweekend
weekend iyaqala njalo kungisho ukuthi sizama ukutholana naye yena Khomonkhwe ukuthi simuve ukuthi ngabe yena i-team uthi khamba kanjani asezame ke siyazama kumbona etithombeni tethu but funny enough whenever I just want to cross over to him we just lose the picture. He's always there now. I was seeing him trying to talk to him the moment I just pay my attention to him well uvele akhatheka master.
Now you see me now you don't.
Yeah, now you see me now you don't. Mr. Khomonkhwe, welcome to the show. I think this is exactly what's happening at the moment. I'm trying to get there. He is.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. So you are on air, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, my brother, and the listeners of Swazi TV.
Yeah. The big questions. Well, we're gonna start slowly because you just came from CAF participation. Maybe just you've always wanted to participate in CAF, and you finally got that wish you've always had. How was the first experience for Mbabane Highlanders after a long time participating in CAF?
Yeah, actually, I was I was very happy to see Mbabane Highlanders participating for CAF. It was my vision and mission, and I can answer in that way.
Yeah. So with what happened, having not played any competitive games up until that game, and you go on against a team that I'll say is competing in one of the most professional leagues in Africa, and you lose 2-0 in aggregate score. But the big talking point is, immediately after that, there were talks that the coach has resigned or the coach has been fired, but the bottom line is the coach left the team. Maybe can you just give clarity what happened what happened in South Africa after the game?
Can you repeat it, my brother? You say the coach resigned or what was happening?
Okay. There were rumors all over that the coach has resigned, that the coach has been fired, the letter has been prepared. We want the clarity from you. What happened with the coach? Because right now the coach is not with Mbabane Highlanders, and there were reports coming out everywhere that Sly has left Mbabane Highlanders. Can you just give clarity of what's happening on that regard?
Yeah, Mbabane Highlanders is a big team for us to listen to the rumors. Remember that we called the coach to come and try to give us the professional standard of how can we play the football. And of course he did that, but he was having his own things. Like Mbabane Highlanders were saying to him, we need him to comply with certain things. But again, if the supporters are not happy about the coach, there's nothing that we can do. because our supporters were not happy about the coach.
The supporters were not happy. Were you happy as the team administrator? Because I think if you're going to hire a coach, you're going to put in some certain standard that, or objectives that the coach has to meet. Were you happy in particular as the team director?
Remember, my brother, supporters are the people they are key people in the team. If supporters are not happy about a certain individual, and we sit down with that individual and try to advise him, we are avoiding a lot of halabaloo that can take place in future. But nevertheless, I like my supporters because they did respect me, although they give me a lot of complaints about the coach. But we say to him, we'll sit down and talk about this thing. I just hear from the media that the coach resigned, but in a formal way, he never come to me and give me a resignation letter. Even today, he called me, he want to meet with me.
So what's the stand between Bafana Highlanders and the coach? Currently, what's happening between Highlanders and the coach?
The stance now we have to accept that the Bafana Highlanders part ways with the coach. The coach is no longer there. Although I'm talking this thing on the media, because of a few things that happened, and then I was just going to congratulate him and say to him, bye-bye, and then we'll have a relationship. Remember, this coach is not it's not for the first time I start working with him. I work with this coach from Harangwe United.
Now, going forward with the coaching position in Bafana Highlanders, the league is starting up this coming weekend in Eswatini. The position, who has it been filled? Are you still looking? What's happening in that regard?
Bafana Highlanders is a regiment team. I'll be lying if I can say to you, Bafana Highlanders is relying on its own individual coach. Bafana Highlanders have good players, good management, and then we don't have a problem with the coaches. Even the boy of 12 years, he can coach Bafana Highlanders because they are solid and united.
So right now, does Bafana Highlanders have a coach? Right now, as we speak with you,
we have Dio Makanya. I think Dio Makanya is a acting coach for now, and then we have Marcelo Nyana, who've got the background of Bafana Highlanders for a very long time. And then I think a lot of you know that Bafana Highlanders there's no coach who changed Bafana Highlanders. Remember, we're having the first coach who were coaching there, he was doing well. We get the second coach who were doing there, he was doing well. Now it gives you the background that even the other coach will come, still going to do well.
So you're gonna change the coach. You're still looking for a coach.
I don't want to say that I'm still looking for the coach. I don't want to undermine Coach Dio because he's still there. He's there with the team.
Okay, now going forward, you've made progress in terms of announcing players for the new season. You've announced some good players who were part of the Confederations Cup. But on the first leg of the Confederations Cup, you also announced 2 new strikers that will be joining the team. But then again, reports started to emerge that a certain player, Manyovu in particular, is not fully registered because the team he was playing for last season didn't release his TMS. What's the update in regard of Manyovu?
You know, I think everyone know about this thing. It's all over the media. The Royal Leopard, they released the play. They sell the player to Angola.
Yeah.
Right. After you sell the player, it's no longer your player.
According to my understanding, Mr. Komongo, is when you sell a player, there are contracts and terms that you agree upon. And according to my understanding, what I've gathered while doing some research before coming to the show is that when Manyovu left for Angola, there were agreements in place that whatever any dispute that will happen between the team and the player, Manyovu will only be released back to Royal Leopard. Did you know anything about that?
I'm
it seems like there are some problems.
Yes, Manyovu went to Angola. He was sold to Angola by the Royal Leopard. The team got bankrupt. When the team got bankrupt, they released the player and give the player the clearance, meaning the player is free agent.
But now the team is
So you know this thing that you mix employment and the football, that is a problem.
Have you been able to receive the TMS from Angola while trying to register him in the system?
You know, when we meet Manova, there was a communication that I sent the people to do it, although I can't divulge the name of those people. And the team owner of Angola tell those people that yes, the player is released, is a free agent because they bought him from Royal Leopard.
The team today, they released a statement later today that they managed to sit down in the table with Royal Leopard and talk. How are those talks going, and what in particular are you trying to reach a point?
Which team released the statement?
Babane Highlanders. They released a statement, I think it was 3 hours ago now, saying there were pictures to back up that they met the administration for Royal Leopard and talked about the issue of Manyovo, and they're going to release another statement giving updates.
Yeah, they went there and talked to them, of which to me, I don't think that is necessary for us because I talked to Njalinja about Manyovo. And Njalinja was telling me that he was at Madagascar and then he will attend my issue. So I don't know the other statement, what the statement was doing that, because the more they go there, they are giving Royal Leopard the privilege to say, yes, the players belongs to them. If the player belongs to them, why the player signed the contract with us?
Have you been able to register him with the Premier League?
He signed the contract with us. We are finishing a few things, logistics, and we will get the clearance from the player.
I think it's loud and clear. And then
you know, my belief is one. Let us leave the player that is a police and talk with the player. Let's talk football, not employment.
True.
But now, two things. You are talking employment and the police, and the employment and football.
No. I was only talking about the football part, because if I'm mentioning the Angolan team that hasn't released the TMS that is supposed to release to complete the registration. But now going forward, Mr. Ali, I don't want to dwell on that that much, because I think you've made some clarity on some of the issues. Now, for the upcoming season, what can we expect from Babane Highlanders? I know you've made signings and all that. What can we expect? What can you promise Babane Highlanders fans? Because the league is starting up this coming weekend.
You know, I'm very happy because I'm from Makuve to see when when the Royal AM play against Kaizer Chiefs. We play with the Royal AM, and we were on top of Royal AM. And when we got to KZ to Durban, we believe that some of the things that I was saying, that publicly, that I was not happy with the person who was handling our game. And then one goal there, I think everyone can tell you that it was offside. I'm getting a call about that. So meaning we lost 1-0, and then we have a good team that can compete. When I check our team in Babane Highlanders, it can compete even with Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. The way we have players, we are a very good team. We have a very good side. I don't regret anything, and I'm not getting scared. I'm not being threatened that I will still compete.
Well, what's the target for the season? Because I remember last season when you started, you said your target is to go to Africa. And now it's a new season. And the good part about this new season is that there are knockout tournaments to be played. We're starting with the Momo Cup, where teams had to vote to get a position. But then there are other tournaments that the Premier League has promised will be played, including the likes of Ngwenyama Cup. What's the target in terms of trophies this season for Highlanders?
We are targeting to go back to Africa. I'm not certain about the way things happen. It's unfortunate. They tore us with a very good side, Royal AM, where we got a lot of experience and exposure. So I believe that next time they will give teams like Madagascar teams that we can wrap up the games, or Lesotho teams, or Botswana teams, the way we have a capability and capacity to handle those teams. So we don't have a problem, and we are not getting scared. We still have a good side. We are above the moon. We are going to work and make sure that everything comes the way we want things to happen.
Mr. Kobongo, thank you so much for your time, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Master. I'm not going to take it back to you. I understand me. You've heard from Mr. Komongwe trying to explain some of the issues around Bafana Highlanders. The coach issue is still there because they haven't received anything. They didn't send anything to Sly.
Yeah.
Now the issue of Manyovo as well is saying they agree with the player. They're moving forward. So we can expect Manyovo to be playing a weekend.
Yeah. Patizo, from what lenguvile ku Mr. Homongwe, always akafuni indzaba yekuthi umsebenzi ungena ngalabholela. Yeah. If is a police akabe police eceleni
but
ibhola ibe yodwa. I think that's what even the Simunye
group is trying to address.
Trying to address, yes. But ngicabanga ukuthi before the end of this week batabe sebaqedile, they'll finalize everything before the end of this week so that the player can be relieved. Even naye athi ukuthi okay ngiyadlala ku league noma angidlali ngidlalela iBafana Highlanders because he is a national team player.
We need him back.
We need him back with national team. So I think both parties will come up with a solution.
You know what I like, Master? I saw the pictures Facebook in the Facebook page la you're in Bafana Highlanders. The pictures were positive.
Yeah.
Because the talks maybe they were positive because they were talking. They had time to take pictures for that matter. So I think the issue will be resolved.
Yeah, siyethemba kanjalo Phathizo njengoba ngisho ukuthi before the end of this week because my team's preparations ku league ngicabanga sasaqalile even Manyovo himself naye bekajima prepareshela ema games league. Not only him, there's also Musa laba unveilile a couple of weeks ago. I think they are both speedy players. They will contribute more ku Bafana Highlanders this season. So I think even nale experience la bayitholile in Africa playing Royal AM two games home and away, they played very well. Lakhaya they still have Abo Philane Mkhonto, they still have Abo Moloto. I think gonge Phathizo kutauba in place. I hope they will unveil a new coach by the end of this week because Bafana Highlanders is a big, yes, Dio is there, we are actor. It's either by confirmer no mabalanza lomnye coach. So I think
what would we suggest?
They must hire a coach. They must hire a coach. I think Logla Sabak totally in Africa. We spoke last week. Could see there are coaches who are available. Mekem Moas in Malawi is available.
Mentioned Caleb.
Caleb Ngwenya is available. So
mentioned Ace, who's been in the team before.
Ace is available. So ngicabanga baneng labo coach laba available. 4 or 5 experienced coaches that are available. I think Dio Makanya. He was there before, went to Green Mamba, but I think he's not good enough for Bafana Highlanders.
Master has said it now, we're going to move forward. If Bafana Highlanders vote enough, Master, will be part of the Momo Cup tournament because they have a target themselves, as is Manzini Wanderers, as is Bafana Swallows, to meet before they can actually go on and play in the finals. Now we're going to take a look at the table. What's going to be Momo Cup standing because I think starting from late this evening, Master, the votes were coming in.
Yeah,
the teams were starting to vote.
Manzini Wanderers surprised everyone today.
But if you remember the charity, sponsored by Telkom, or rather SPTC, if I put it like that, the Wanderers.
Remember, Phathizo, about 2 weeks, Rangers be solo top of the chart. Vote be hamba phambili surprise wonke umuntu. Yeah, ngiyathi ukuthi insingize not spares nayicala le lokuvota kwahamba yona phambili but Rangers yasase yashutha ihlala lapha eTulu. But namuhla in fact ekseni itolo ebusuku bekusolo kulida iRangers but ekseni namuhla itsithe ilanga lisachubeka yase iManzini Wanderers seyihlala lapha eTulu. Namhla nje silishona iManzini Wanderers lapha eTulu. It's a good thing for my big teams la nema fans lamanengi ukuthi siwabone avota.
Yeah, I'm worried, Master, if you're talking about big teams with big fans. I'm looking at Bafana Highlanders, I'm looking at Bafana Swallows. I'm looking at even Manzini Wanderers. Yes, they are close to 3,000 votes. Mbabane Swallows 1.3, Mbabane Highlanders 1.9. The target is 20,000.
But I heard some of the fans after the launch of this tournament, they were complaining that if MTN is really sponsoring the tournament, let all the mali etawutholakala lapha kuvota iye kuma teams na PLE bekuma fans.
Yeah.
Yes, la bekatukhulumela. So angati ukuthi how the fans are reacting ku the voting system, but siyabona ukuthi namuhla ez leliviki lichubeka because siyakhumbula ukuthi inyanga beyisengapheli.
Yeah.
So wonke umuntu bekasazama kuvuka. So bavukile this week. Baqalile bahola ama big teams kancane for example iManzini Wanderers seyakhona. Yes.
But to some certain extent I do think ukuthi somehow the teams will benefit.
Yeah.
Because I understand there is a target for every team that if they reach a certain number of votes,
yes,
every team will get 10,000. Every team that will reach that certain number of votes,
yeah, will get 10,000.
And if you look at the number of votes and against the money they'll get, there is a big difference. And on top of that, the teams that will be playing the playoffs and that will be playing the finals, the gate takings will go back to the team.
Yes, yes.
So somehow the teams are...
Yeah, the teams will benefit. The teams will benefit. More especially Gulama gate takings. I'm looking forward to the main day where we'll see my fans attend the stadium, numbers all over the country. The big teams, I'm praying could see the big teams abekhona because we need my supporters ukuthi agcwale for my sponsors atawubona ukuthi kuthi matarinisa nebhola kuyinvolenhle. So the big teams, they have to vote.
Imagine seeing Somhlolo full again.
Oh yes, Somhlolo Stadium. In fact, the defense are enjoying kudlala ka Somhlolo. They know nabo ukuthi where to sit. We know Manzini Wanderers that side, Mbabane Highlanders this side, Mbabane Swallows ngale kuFasteni. If all the teams abakhona, even nangale kuNomenzile Ndwe ayokhanze kugcwele. So yeah, I'm praying njengoba ngisho ukuthi I'm on my knees buka wona ma big teams akhona ku the main day.
We do hope when my fans will continue to vote, more especially the fans for the big teams, because imagine the big three in one stadium, one day tournament. It's always exciting. Remember, it gives that charity vibes. It was always a part in Mawati ukuthi lawo ma team lanko adobe adiben. Sikuba nalo hlelo mbukeli njalo kushita ukuthi siyalapha kahoho lapho siyoba ukuthi kwenteke khona kanti ke singakayi khona sitakuya nje mathi kancane sithi tolo masibuya sikuba nalo hlelo.
Tropical Island of Treasure is back with an epic all-star season. The show kicks off on South African soil, where we meet our returning all-stars and they meet their potential partners. Smooth fans and celebs will take part in challenges that will decide how they pay up. And then the journey to the island begins, where they can win the smoothest treasure of all, a shared 1 million rand.
Pay your TV license quickly and easily with MTN Momo. Simply dial *007 *3 hash and select option 8 for TV license. Enter your national ID number as your reference and the amount you wish to pay. Then enter your PIN to confirm your payment. Once your payment has been made, you'll receive a confirmation SMS of your payment. If you're a first-time payer, you get another SMS for your TV license. So legalize your entertainment from the comfort of your home. Pay your TV license the easy and convenient way with MTN Momo.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Sikhuluma nalo hlelo mbukeli njalo ngishito ngathi ugunya nje mathe uyathi mathe akugcingile hour long. Sikhuluma nalo hlelo master. Sithathe sahamba sakahoho itolo akusina khashana. Siyo cover kethu. Kune AGM. the last item ko agenda bekuyi election of a new executive yayo ihoho regional league association siyafika siyabuya kude ama elections. What happened?
Patizo, just to give background information about yona i-Regional Football Association yakahoho, i-committee lebe ikhona Patizwe lebe seyisevile kuba buholi benhlangano yakahoho ledlalisa umdlalo webhola kahoho lebe lidwa nguye Nigel wakashongwe. Kufike ukuthi office month ago kwevakala ukuthi ibisesiphelile isikhathi sabo kanti kusatoyiwa ekhethweni kwase sekuvuka ke i-interim committee likahoho lebe hedwa ngula babeka khona Comfort Shongwe as chairperson wale interim committee. Kwavela kade indzaba ukuthi interim committee ibe khona njani phela kungayiwa ekhethweni ngoba laba kumele ukuthi baphume nasekufike i-AGM lapho khona batawukhethwa kuthiwa wo the executive lebe ikhona seyiyaphuma. Kuyiwe ke itolo ibanjiwe ke itolo AGM yakhona kahoho nayibanjwa i-AGM Phathizwe the last item lebe kumele ukuthi idzingidwe ema teams ngicabanga ukuthi labeka iphumele because all the teams bekakhona ayiphumele. Yafika ke the last item yafika ethics committee yahlangana ne-executive kubuka ukuthi titseni tikhalo tebantu because kulomhlangano kube sesekuyavela ukuthi some of the nominees labanconyiwe ukuthi bangenele lekhetho ba suspended akamele ukuthi balingenele lekhetho. Yahlangana ethics committee ya discuss ithe nayisa discuss aphathizwe kwase kuyatholakala ukuthi laba suspendiwe vele akamele ukuthi
Part of the nominations kanti
akamele ukuthi banconywe. Yase seyiqhamuka ne decision ke i-ethics committee yase yababikela bakahoho ema teams ukuthi likhethwa alisachubekile lebe libhekekile. Ngiyathi ukuthi abantu bakahoho bewaligaze kakhulu ukhethwa itolo kakhulu bobona lama teams namaqembu bobeva nalabamvu ukuthi thina sihamba nabani and
but we do have we're going to continue. We do have yena chairman wa ethics committee lesikhulumisene naye just to get clarity ukuthi kahle kwendekani asesimuve ukuthi ngabe uchaze wathini nokuthi kuchubeka kanjani. Sithanda ukuxolisa mbukeli lapha ngendzaba ye-audio yethu angathi ukuthi sayishaya manje ifuna usigila temfoma thamba kahle master bese kuba khona nje lokufuna kona but ke master all he was trying to say ukuthi because of what you've just explained because of those who are suspended ema elections ngakhona because kulabo laba suspendiwe banominatiwe labo bantu lapho so the elections cannot go on.
Yes Phathizwe njoba sisho abekachaza yena chairman Siphosen wakadlamini ukuthi labo laba suspended beba part of ema nominees so nyalo batawuthatha report bayimikise ku executive committee yaka football association. Comfort Chong is part of bamvu laba suspended labe banominatiwe yena nje bekafuna kuba ngu chairman ngale kaho abefuna kubuya but njoba ngisho
there's a Nkambule gentleman naye lo was suspended. I think Nimrod naye was suspended.
Yes now suspended so njoba ngisho ukuthi yona ethics committee itawuthatha le report konke lokhu khulunyiwe la AGM lokuphathelana nema elections ihambe ikumikise ku executive committee yaka football association then football association kutaba ngiyo le leta usho ukuthi nyalo okay kahoho sibutawubeka i-interim committee akhanjwe kuyokhethwa interim committee until ama teams abuyele akhethe noma isho ukuthi next week teams awahambe ayovota kutawuya nge-executive committee nyalo yaka Football Association tonke tintfo setik executive committee.
We don't want this man master ebholeni because these things end up always they end up in court. Kani FIFA doesn't want football matters to kusetifika enkantolo.
I'm surprised because last week mhla 16 parties sasenda story ukuthi lapho khona beka announcer nominees baka ethics committee bachaza ukuthi sebayende luphenyo lonke kubuka ukuthi laba nominatiwe labanconyiwe kufanele ukuthi balingenele likhetho kwathiwa kufanele ukuthi balingenele likhetho only to find ukuthi itolo kubunebambu laba suspended
manje ke master ansike indzaba lekhona lesithiwa ukuthi labantu ba suspend itolo
yes ngiko lokubese seku khuluma kakhulu ema members ema delegates ukuthi why itolo bese divakala itolo kanzi kuyiwa lo mthetho uthi iAGM inemandlaekususpend
yebo and wa suspender uzubuye after the next AGM.
Yes, the next AGM. Yeah. Futhi i-executive committee inayo amandla ekususpend. So ngicabanga ukuthi ngileta involeto lekugcina ukuthi Football Association nyalo yes.
Kube nembuto ke master ukuthi masemile lapha ngephandle samakuthola ukuthi why kungakabitwa i-extraordinary before le AGM.
Yes.
Kwavela athi imphendvulo letithi ke Nkosini. You cannot call an extraordinary after you've already announced i-date AGM.
Exactly. Nalokuthi invo lakhale ngayo kakhulu chairman wakaho Nigel kuthi so conflicted because so nominatiwe so nconyiwe. So if anconyiwe aphinze asuspenda
umfla la compete
naye sekutaba ngathi say conflict vele ngicabanga ukuthi kungako la bekazama kakhulu ukubalekela itolo.
But if you looking at Red Master, yes, he's nominated, but he's still the chairman. It's still within his powers.
Yes, mandla akhe as a chairman, as the leader of yona.
As long as he's going by the book.
Committee. Na ithi umthetho sisekelo wakahoho. I-executive committee lehedwa nguye chairman itawususpenda labo labangalandzeli A, B and C akube njalo.
Siyakamanzini ngeweekend, let's just hope ukuthi we won't see the same thing.
Yes, sithemba ukuthi nakhona kamanzini because ema regional football association some of them ungathi ba kunenkinga sake sayibona naseshiselweni ihlala sikhathi so ibhola yakhona ingaqhubeki ingacaci ngetindzaba tonke letinvo leto
letingathi sponsor let bese liyathintheka kakhulu lemsivole nje I don't think ukuthi kuyabalungela.
I think nje bakaho so far ngibo labahamba phambili ngama sponsors. Yes, maningi kakhulu boswazi track recently Instacash
that's why abantu akhona kwabalongo that's lo mnyungishele
ngeke ngize ngikhona kwabala onke but nje ngicabanga ukuthi yona ihoho inawo lama sponsors maningi kakhulu and siyakubonga and nabo ke ema juniors consistent
give props to sibona ngaye
kakhulu is doing a good job yena sibona ngayo wakadlamini khona kahoho ngicabanga ukuthi all the teams now amatu uyayiva now because uhlala wabhalela week in week out uhlala khuluma ngawo week in week out all the leagues junior leagues aphasaka
not to make this thing about sibona master but I think if the other regions can just call in him ukuthi edlamini awubuye usibonise lana ukuthi how are you running the juniors but again master the goal is to uplift ibhola akuse ukuthi siya compete as uplift ibhola must compete on fair grounds if unelwati lelingalisebenzisa nakuthi ngiphakamise sifundza sakami why not share that
but the development officers kulala ama regions uhlula yini kuphakamisa licimo
ngisho kona ke master ngiyole ngikhuluma ngawo
sibona ngaye ungicela ungisite la wenda njani 1 2 3 asesike sihlangane nje mnetho ungidlalele phasi nisebenza njani kaho usebenza kanjani tonke letinvo leto sitawukhona ukuthi nathi si improve isikhozi sangakithi ngicabanga ukuthi ngilo nje laba kugcingako kakhulu the other development officers
umuntu webhola because lokho kusho ukuthi every weekend wena usema-groundini. So ngicabanga ukuthi lokunye lokumele kuspark understand ukuthi the dedication he puts in kuyange ukuthi the dedication la ifaka lapha ibe sibonakala kulama results, but behind usikwendekani if you don't understand that then udaba nenkinga lesicuba nalo hlelo mbukeli lapho khona masase sitawungena kowe under 23 labe kadlala lapha kasomhlolo i-first leg. Now sekadlalile Friday kusasa yadlala. So I want us to look at this thing ukuthi with what we're seeing, how are we going to overcome them again in the second leg?
Phathizo njoba usho ukuthi on Friday under 23 adlala against Botswana. They played for the first time in about
2-3 years. I think wasn't the last game against Mozambique sadly 1-0 after draw 0-0 in Mozambique.
Yes.
That crop head ball, the likes of Fumanyisa, if I remember very well.
Yes.
Okay.
So bedlala ke under 23 AFCON qualifier 2023 Morocco, bafuna ke Morocco idlalile national under 20, but ngicabanga ukuthi nawungathi uyabuka the starting 11 uyabona ukuthi some of the players la khona lapha ku starting 11 ukhona kwakhe the captain ukhona nangala ku national team, so is the captain of the team, and some of them uyabona ukuthi they are good kuma teamini abo
because Mustang, as we go to the pictures ngifuna kusho kulabadlali nje the boys we're seeing here. We're seeing Scotch from Manzinondras, the number 17. We're seeing Tuba, I think number 11. We're seeing Masoso from Singizin. I think
Masoso helmet, yes.
A headgear or something. We're also seeing, who's that one? Taika from Manzinondras. I see that player from Tabangulu Kelly is that very good defender.
Oh,
very good
man.
Boy. I mean, the squad, Nati from Munene Pirates was there. I think the under 23, Bane Badlal Master, let's just they are already established players.
Ngiyayithanda i-confidence yamasoso. Is that striker is tall. Uyakhona holda ibhola, uyakhona i-pace unayo. So and nawubuka ukuthi within a space of 3 weeks Phathizwe Nuro Sfiso the coach ukhonile kuyihlanganisa le team yakhona kudlala ibhola bebayidlala kungathi sebahlangene umnyaka noma 2 years. So ngicabanga ukuthi asimshayele intandla.
Tactically the boys were well drilled.
Kakhulu you could see ukuthi the boys are well drilled. The boys spirit setulu kakhulu. They play as a team. Even nalama ngeni ku starting 11 lama substitute uyaweva lapha etulu kuma stands la bebahleli khona bashatandla umdlali nakaphuma bamshayela tandla umdlali nakashaya matsama bamshayela tandla. So ngilele sikudzingako kulabadlali bethu labancane. I think a big chance. I
think wrong technique was applied there. We'll see that play again. I think it's going to pop up again. But I think the technique he applied, Master, trying to hit that ball with the right foot. I think that was the biggest mistake.
I think
Masoso put in a good cross, but Tuba couldn't.
Yes, I think Phathizwe ngilokufundza lokho but nawudlala ka Premier League ngicabanga ukuthi
but yes, he's still in the national first division, but so
yes,
Premier
sorry, yes, but nasodlala udlalela i national team
at under 23 level,
national team, senior team or under 23. Lapho tikhona tinvulo so understand ukuthi ekhathe boxing ngifinisha kanjani lana nje just left because lo right wakho utayivumela le bhola ungentasi utayivumela le bhola yenyuke ibhekele because usebenzise is outside foot kanzi lo left if uyayivalela uyivalele la ingathi cha la ngentasi just nje uthi nje ngalo left la near post iyangena. So ngicabanga ukuthi it's a big chance. It's a big chance,
and I think if he looked around, he even had enough time to control with the left and finish off with the right. If you're looking at the space between him and the defenders.
Even na goalkeeper besavele aphumile asishile le space lesingala near post, but it's a learning cave. It's a learning cave. We cannot blame them if ba win 2-0 ba misala manye ma chances.
And Master, if you're looking at the way they were playing, look at the confidence of hitting that ball, the technique as well. I think the boys, as much as they haven't played any competitive game all season, since the season started in other countries, but the confidence they had.
Look at how Beba wina Ebola and Nale transition parties.
Transition.
because parties i-fast break
Yeah.
ngiyo labayisebenzise kakhulu kule game le. If nawubuka the way le transition from ku defender then 2-3 players quick passing then bayifaka ku right wing afake ikhathi i-cross eboxini. Ngicabanga ukuthi beyicaca le team ukuthi ifuna ukudlala in kahle kakhulu bekuyimixture yema short passes with i-fast break or because bebazama ukuthi nayi attacker iBotswana ba absorb kancane le pressure then fast break. Ngicabanga ukuthi coach Nyuron Dibane udlale kahle kakhulu kule game lena. The game plan was clear.
Master, look at this play right here. The confidence we are talking about, the way Taka, the experience he's gotten go national team. He's mad enough. The foul started there, but look where he fall.
Patizo, I think I think Tiger umaturishile because uholda le bola leya before sifike la uholda le bola leya Patizwe with such confidence uyibambe and understand ukuthi sengiyofika ekhathe 18 ena touch la say foul. So ngicabanga ukuthi lokho ukhombisile ukuthi playing for a big team like Mazin Wanderers nekudlala ku national team nanaku mina look at that lo munye bekade awusheshe bese soyi release and was lana nyawa.
And I didn't even try to fool the coach, the ref. Exactly. But now I want to talk about this, Master. You were the one behind the camera.
Yeah.
You showing us this. What was happening?
Lana Patizo, Tiger uthole ifoul. Nakathola ifoul kanzi engqondweni yakhe labetswana badlali bema under 23 basebtswana before the game bahambile baya lapha epalini bashaya line bema lapha epalini ngoba netinvo labajikako. So la Tiger naka awa athola le injury bekazama because ukhona vele lafika kuthatha and labatswana bakwate kakhulu ukuthi kukhona la kukhokako kanzi bekungile foul yale free kick. Uthi naka kususa ke Tiger naka kuthatha ke Tiger.
I think we're going to be seeing the pictures right now, Master.
Yes.
Naka
kuthatha Tiger after logo bamtreat yashaya free kick.
I want to see the skirmish lapha lesendekile Master makuthathwa.
Yes, now first half ngiloko ke Pathizo lokwendekile bende umthandazo but nasaqala le game but kwase kuba khona labakujikako. Yes, base kuba khona labakujikako kanti bayabona labadlali be national team. So engqondweni ya Tiger I want to believe ukuthi bekathi ngiyalifuna lithuba lekufika lapha epalini.
Wagcina afikile because besibabona kuma foul throw bazama nang Tiger. Bamvimba ngale. Remember in the ref's mind, even the goalkeeper khona we had to protect her. In the ref's mind uthi lo mdlali bekalimele.
Wathatha Tiger. Yes.
But Master, yes, as we can talk about it now, sihleke and make jokes around it. Is it what we want to see, under 23 players doing this? Both from because we cannot save mana cause under 23 8 when say no, this is okay, abasusela. But teams, Master, why what is this?
I think lenvolena sifo se Africa. The senior team yasebtswana ngayibukela eJozi nayidlala nesihlangu bebathela local ground.
When the same thing.
So sifo lesile kungamela ukuthi badlali under 23 as inherited because
look at the referee handling the players. I think the ref is wrong there pushing players because the ref it does not have any business in pushing players.
When ukhuta abadlali ukuthi abangaphushani if uyaqhubeka loyo
you don't have to touch the player.
So I think ibola eAfrica si promote ubuthakathi nangayibeka kanjalo because if mvata believe la ku foreign staff ngicabanga ukuthi angeke aza believe le bholeni kuphela and bamva be fast bafuni njoba ngisho my 11-year-old son ngeke mfuna abone lokho ebholeni.
And even me as a parent, you as a parent, you don't want your player to join football if utawenda letting for
yeah but ngicabanga ukuthi akungathathi le
the thing but the funny part is, Master, as we will see right about now, the very moments you play resume, Eswatini goes on to score. but
sakuthi Phathizo letinto bese tiyabelieveka because le free kick le ngesikhathi after kwendeke
The foul ya
Tiger asuse but ke asesibuke le goal Phathizo.
Yeah,
I had a chance ukukhuluma na Anthony Mdluli
coach, assistant coach of
yeah, highly qualified
goalkeeper
coach.
Yeah.
Besibuka zama kubuka le clip. Look at the way the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper ubeke line ngenhla waphinze wema lamva kwalo, and lebekta uvele kwende ukuthi le bhola nayiphuma la ngentasi kwale libonza angeke azakhona ukuyishaya. Plus kude ema steps lawathethe uvele wadayiva goalkeeper wavele nje wadayiva shona phansi. So ngicabanga ukuthi yena neliso ucapitalizile because umbonile goalkeeper ukuthi out of akati position kahle ngelendlela lefanele, wabona ukuthi okay angishayela ngendazi kwaleli bonza yangena goal for national team.
Because I do think even the goalkeeper was anticipating ibhola latul on top of the wall, but
yes, and that nakhoza lokuthi ibounce lapha pass nako lokumshayile kakhulu
because besiba igena speed after that bounce. But then all good for Eswatini as they managed to get that goal. And second half, Master, I think it was the same performance we saw first half. Eswatini sit back, fast breaks.
To tell you what, Phathizo, in the second half, iphinze yakwendi Botswana yahamba epalini.
Oh yeah.
Ya kwenda lokho lekwendaba.
Matiboy.
And angapheli 5 minutes. Look at that. Look at that because they were busy.
Now it looks innocent, but
hey.
You're thinking, these young boys, they're just
praying
protecting their goal post with prayer and all that.
But look at this one who's near post. Uyashiya lapha pass. So and ema players ethu akhonile ukunotice even lokho. Kukhona umdlali loyile lapha just before the goal. La ngena goal.
But now
5 minutes after isukile second half yalithola goal. So ngicabanga Phathizo
but master but what does it say kubadlali bethu kenyalo? Ngeke nibatshela abadlali abancane ukuthi babone kufakwa mabangakhona ukususa bathi ngesikhona ekora asikasusa.
Phathizo ngicabanga njengoba ngisho ukuthi lenvo le kubadlali bethu kugcwele kakhulu. I remember ukhuluma nalomnye umdlali ngeke ngimusho ukuthi wayiphi team last season emavuzo ukuthi ihambe njani igame wathi lihlathi bhuti. Imagine a player but ke
back to the football.
Kuleli goal leli Phathizo. Okay, I think goalkeeper Septswana kwam affecta kakhulu etinvo because bese swacabanga kakhulu etinvo ledabo. Was so switch off egemini because this goal ibhola bayishaya uyayichithela ku danger area uyisela lakhathi ku play and Masoso was there, right place, right time.
Good run though from Scotch as we're seeing this clip again. Could see the way Scotch la moving towards that kungena boxing. Look at the players around him.
And Phathizo ngicabanga nabo Botswana the way they defend because many numbers inside the box
all in one person.
Exactly. Masoso njengale bekangama kwangmove. So ngicabanga nabo if it's so unfortunate ukuthi bona it fortunate for us because labethu bakhonile kubona itindzabeni bakhona futhi kubukela even on YouTube these clips. That one Masoso nje abeyedwa ekhathe boxing yet ema defenders la khona ekhathe boxing ang4 but lenguthandza ko Phathizo ukuthi Masoso le run ya Tiger Scotch sorry
he followed
nakashaya agemi sengimile goalkeeper utayibamba follow up uyabona. So ngicabanga ngiloko ke lesikudzinga uma strikers ethu at a young age we understand ukuthi mina nange strike ekhathe boxing nganticipate yonke into letawendeka ekhathe boxing ukwendile ke na walithola igoli. Good look at him
ungaphandle poor defending. Please hold the clip right there. Poor defending. Come on.
Kakhulu 1 2 3 4.
Look at Masoso also.
But yes, Masoso inayishayo le shot beka ngaphandle kwe 18. And what ukuthi mina as a striker ibhola until Rafaela noma until iphume la ku field of play
I keep
ndawuma. But the reaction after this shot The reaction are very poor because the goalkeeper
the way la sime nganje yabona ukuthi lana ngeke ayibambe le
angeke because as a goalkeeper uyagoba lamatfolo lebhola uyikhe uyifake uyiprotect noma ngesifuba or nahabe but there was no need to ukuthi ayipunch la
there was zero need.
There was no need.
And I think the way la gucingayo master la pass lokuguca uhlala uthi dehe
just kneel down parties just kneel down
exactly
upend one knee then ugoba ubuthi ibhola
manje noma siguca wonke
but was poor but the reaction from Masoso I think it was spot on and akatatateli pick a spot a goal.
Yeah. So, Master, we managed to score 2 goals. We could have scored more, as a matter of fact. But we just said, okay, 2 goals is enough. Before we go, Senanjani, second leg, it was out to back.
Iyadlala
Sasa
yes, kona eBotswana. We just need to score an early goal. We need an early goal.
Yeah.
Then, close shops. I think but capable when logo. I believe in them. I was happy because even the coach for senior national team, he was there to watch the boys. So I believe 4 or 5 of these players kumele kusibangene kusina national team but kusasa kule game eBotswana and ele goal iyatsingeka sibe na 3 ama goal then tawufaka ipressure kuBotswana base nabathi ba attack bavule ama spaces fast break counter attack siyakora futhi.
Thank you so much, Master. Sibonge kakhulu kuyena Master for that analysis, and we do hope ukuthi by Wednesday tabe seka nawe emphumela tabe yasitshela ukuthi kuhambe ngendlela la kasho ngayo, and I'm pretty sure ukuthi you would have gotten a chance to talk to the coach and Rondiban just to give him more insight. Sibonge kakhulu ke kunaye director wembabane Highlanders Los joinile lana. Sibonge na kuwe mbukeli lapho ekhaya mine and the whole of sports crew sithi kube mnanzi kuhlala nathi and the studio crew of course before they kill me sithi kube mnanzi kuhlala nawe chubeka ke uthokotele letinye inhlelo lesikilethela tona singumsakazo weSwatini TV. My name is Patizwe Msibi. Good night.